Have you ever wondered why so many ships and planes vanish without a trace in the Bermuda Triangle? Is it all just a coincidence, or is there something else going on? Welcome back to Beyond the Hub podcast. I'm Nick.
And I'm Brandon. Today, we're diving into one of the most infamous mysteries of all time, the Bermuda Triangle. From its eerie history to the numerous theories that try to explain its strange phenomena, we have got a lot to uncover.
Join us as we navigate through the first episode of our three-part series on paranormal triangles. This mystery is going to take shape in ways you won't expect. All right, let's kick things off by exploring the history and geography of the Bermuda Triangle. This region, also known as the Devil's Triangle, stretches roughly between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, encompassing a vast area of the Atlantic Ocean. Over the years, it has gained notorious reputation for the unexplained disappearances of ships and aircraft. And Brandon, what do you think makes this area so fascinating?
The mystery. The Bermuda Triangle has been a topic of fascination for decades. Its boundaries are well known, but what happens within them is anything but clear. It's not just the disappearances, but the sheer number of them that raises all of these questions. Some of the earliest recorded incidents date back to the 19th century.
And that's right. One of the earliest and most famous cases is that of Flight 19, a squadron of 5 torpedo bombers that vanished in 1945. The USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship, was also disappeared in 1918 with over 300 men on board. Now, these incidents have sparked countless theories, adding to the reputation of the area.
That's a lot of guys gone in one blink of an eye.
It is.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is the Bermuda Triangle just like a coincidence of like strange waters, dangerous waters, or is there something more going on? Share your thoughts in the comments.
I think that there could be, a very scientific explanation to what's going on there, but I lean more towards the paranormal, with the Bermuda Triangle being an area that acts as a portal somehow. We discussed portals last week in our series, invisible portals being one of them. And I think that that's probably what's going on there. Maybe not the entire boundaries of the triangle being a portal as soon as you go into it, but maybe the boundaries of the triangles are an area where a portal can open up, and maybe that could explain why people's instruments go wonky, the compasses and stuff like that. Maybe it's the portal opening up. I don't know. That's what I think, at least.
That's a cool one. Do you and it's like we talked about last week, I kind of you want to believe that it's the paranormal, but
yeah.
I mean, it could be something something that could be explained, but I'm gonna go for unexplained.
What really strikes me as the most mysterious part of this is the lack of debris or wreckage found from all of these disappearances. If we could find anything, then sure, I would lean more towards the easily explainable by science type of explanation. But the fact that entire vessels, entire aircrafts carrying lots of people just vanish, I don't know how else you explain that other than a portal. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about more of these mysterious disappearances.
Okay.
Or actually, let's dive deeper. Flight 19, what we just talked about, is often cited as one of the most famous Bermuda Triangle mysteries. It was on December 5th, 1945, when 5 U.S. Navy Avenger torpedo bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on a routine training mission. However, soon after, the pilots reported that their compasses were malfunctioning and they were completely disoriented. Despite efforts to guide them back, contact was lost, and they were never seen again. Brandon, what other cases stand out to you?
Particularly the story of the USS Cyclops. I find that one pretty chilling. This was a massive Navy cargo ship carrying over 300 men and a full load of manganese ore, and it disappeared in March 1918. Despite being one of the largest ships of its time, it vanished without a distress call or any wreckage ever being found, which really just baffles me. And it's not just these two. Numerous ships and planes have met similar fate as well, often under very mysterious circumstances.
What about the case of the SS Marine Sulphur Queen, which disappeared in February 1963? This was a tanker carrying molten sulfur, if you couldn't figure that out. And it vanished without a trace along with its 39 crew members. And despite extensive search efforts, once again, no wreckage or evidence was ever found. And these stories contribute to the Bermuda Triangle's eerie reputation, and it makes you wonder about the possible explanations, both scientific and paranormal.
That one I find particularly interesting because it's, a vessel carrying molten sulfur. How do you transport that? And don't you have to put that in a container made of a material that's melting point is higher than the molten sulfur?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that one disappeared because the molten sulfur just melted through the hull of the ship and they sank.
Well, they're still doing ships like that nowadays, and there's people transporting that stuff every day.
Yeah, but this one was what, the 60s?
60s?
1963?
Yeah.
So, technology has advanced.
It's definitely gone
quite a lot in 60 years. So I can see nowadays, but in the 60s, that's a little harder for me to wrap my head around. I'm not saying it's impossible. Obviously, I'm a man who believes in portals, so I can believe that, a tanker can, and the engineers responsible for said tanker could also figure out a way to, transport molten sulfur. I just found that one particularly interesting because of the cargo it was carrying. But with that being said, have you ever heard of any lesser known Bermuda Triangle disappearances other than the ones we mentioned? We'd love to hear about them in the comments. If you have, maybe there's a case that we missed.
Let's move on to some more scientific theories that attempt to explain these phenomena. One popular hypothesis involves methane hydrates, and these are undersea gas pockets that can suddenly erupt, releasing large quantities of gas and significantly lowering the water's density. This could cause ships to lose buoyancy and sink rapidly without a trace. And Brandon, what are your thoughts on this one?
I think that's, a more probable explanation, especially considering the natural gas deposits in the area. But another scientific theory suggests that rogue waves, which are massive, unpredictable waves that can reach heights of over 100 feet. There's a theory that those could be responsible for the sudden disappearance of ships. These waves are powerful enough to break apart even the sturdiest vessels. And let's not also forget to mention the magnetic anomalies that can disrupt navigation equipment, causing pilots and captains to lose their way. But the point again, I'm going to bring up the lack of wreckage. So if, a massive rogue wave destroyed a vessel, where's the wreckage?
And why is it always a magnetic anomaly? Why is it always interfering with compasses and all their equipment? And
that's because that's the portal opening up,
portal.
baby. Yeah, that's what I think.
But to your point, that's true. These theories could provide a more plausible explanation, but they don't account for all incidents. The sheer variety and frequency of disappearances suggests that multiple factors might be at play.
Right.
Especially when considering all these incidents happening at the exact same time. It makes you wonder if there's more to this story.
Yeah.
And do you believe the scientific explanations, or do you think there's more to the Bermuda Triangle mysteries? Let us know in the comments.
I think it could be both, like you said. It could be a little both. Maybe not every instance in there is a portal opening up and swallowing a ship or an aircraft, but I still think that that's more likely because of the lack of the wreckage. That's my focal point that I'm holding on to for dear life because of my bias to want to believe in portals. last week I've said I've never seen one. I've never experienced anything similar to portal woo-woo stuff going on, but I've heard lots of very, very believable anecdotes of people sharing their experiences that, you know, I just like the mystical aspect of it.
Absolutely. Okay,
What
now
about you?
I definitely,
Are you leaning more towards the scientific?
I want to say I am, but I'm not. I do want to believe that, but there's so much that's going on with all of these different triangles, and there's got to be something more than just like a plausible explanation, because if it was just a plausible explanation, that'd be the end of the conversation.
Right. Yeah.
You wouldn't, if it was that black and white, you would know that that's what's happening.
Yep. You would find, well, not us specifically, but by now, with these incidents happening for at least the last 100-something years, that's when things really started ticking up, and we started recording these incidents among the many triangle areas. I think that, you know, if it was multiple of these scientifically explainable things, variables coming into play together to create these disappearances, then why haven't they figured that out yet? You know, like, there are these theories. At least those theories are testable. Have they tested them? Have they not? If they have, and they haven't found that to be the reason, then they should be able to use the scientific method and dismiss their hypothesis, and then move on to the next hypothesis, which is portals.
Portals.
All right.
Let's talk about the fun part.
Yes.
Paranormal theories. Some believe that the Bermuda Triangle.
Too much portal talk.
Portal. Bermuda. Porta. The Bermuda Triangle is a hotspot for alien abductions. Ooh. There is even speculation about underwater alien bases where extraterrestrials conduct their activities, such as shopping at the lakes and
Playing chess.
They have like just stores down there, pharmacies. Brandon, what are some of the more out there theories you've come across?
I think the majority of them is time warps or portals, and it's really fascinating to me. Portals. It's really fascinating to me how the idea of time warps or portals, either or both, keep coming up in discussions of the paranormal and the supernatural. And some believe the Bermuda Triangle might be a gateway to another dimension, where ships and planes are transported to another world.
Wait.
Myself being one of those people.
Wait.
Yeah, what's up?
Didn't we just talk about that in our previous series? The series that is in our podcast playlist in the description of this video?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. That is correct, good sir. There's also the theory that it's cursed. You know, possibly by ancient civilizations like Atlantis. These explanations seem far-fetched, but they're cool to think about.
Speaking of far-fetched...
That's a Pokemon.
Yes. I just read a theory suggesting that the Bermuda Triangle is a giant crystal energy field.
Get out of here. I haven't seen this one.
Capable of causing all sorts of disruptions, and while these ideas may seem outlandish, they only exist because the mystery remains unsolved.
Giant crystal energy field.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite interesting.
I skimmed it.
Okay, but
I just picked it up. I was like, "What?"
I'd
never heard of that.
If it's a giant crystal energy field, shouldn't you be able to see or touch if it's made of crystal?
I don't know.
Or is it like, you know, the refraction of light off of the surface of the entrance to a portal looking like a crystal, and it's not anything solid?
Portal.
Say portal 5 times fast. 10 times fast. All right. What do you think about all these paranormal theories, guys? Are they just wild speculation, or could there be some more truth to them? Share your theories with us in the comments.
I'm going to lean more towards paranormal.
Yes, me too. And I've already gone off a little bit on those.
What do you think about... you think about portals?
Yeah, no.
No? Okay, yeah, you're right.
This time, no. I don't think it's portals.
But that is a wrap into the Bermuda Triangle. Portals. It always feels like we just scratched the surface on yet another mystery. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And guess what, guys?
What?
Tomorrow we're
Oh,
uncovering the secrets of the Alaska Triangle, UFO sightings, alien abductions, and more. It's going to be fascinating.
It is definitely going to be another wild ride. So make sure you join us. Your theories and comments fuel our discussions. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Click that little bell and share your thoughts below.
And remember, the exploration continues. We cannot wait to have you back for even more revelations. And make sure you don't miss out. Episode 2 will be airing tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's gonna be epic. And if you're new here, check out our previous series where we attempt to unravel other mysteries. Link will be in the description below. Stay curious and keep seeking the truth.
Until next time, this is Beyond the Hub podcast, where the realms of the paranormal and conspiracies collide, and the truth... Portals is waiting to be unveiled. We'll see you soon.
Take care, everybody.